Hi guys, in previous video of this playlist we have discussed about what statistical analysis is, and we also discussed its different types. For example, descriptive analysis, inferential analysis, and what is correlation and regression analysis. In today's video we will discuss some important terms of statistical analysis, that is average, standard deviation (SD), and relative standard deviation (RSD). We will discuss these terms with the example, and also discuss their formulas as well. In next video of this playlist we will discuss how to use these terms and how to use these formula in your experimental data to calculate standard deviation and RSD, which will you then add in your research paper and research thesis. And it is an important part of your research project that you have to mention standard deviation of your experimental data. So either you are from chemistry background or you're from biology, or whatever the background or whatever the subject you are in, you need to provide standard deviation of your experimental data as well. And if you are unable to provide and you submit your research paper, then in some cases, or in you can say in most cases, reviewers ask them to add these standard deviation in your paper. So it's better to add these standard deviation before your final submission to any kind of journal. So let's start. First of all, we will discuss about what is average. So average is basically sum of total numbers of your data and divided by total number of items of experimental data. So basically, if you have a data like, for example, this, and for example, from chemistry point of view, if I say you are studying wastewater treatment and you are studying the effect of concentration of pollutant on percentage removal with the help of adsorption method or photo degradation, whatever the method you are using. So here is the data you have, that you have performed the experiment 3 times. You are taking sample 1, you are applying complete methodology on sample 1 and taking readings, and then you perform your experiment again in with the same methodology in which is known as sample 2, and you record these data here. And for the sample 3, if you are you repeating your experiment for the 3rd time, then it comes under the category of sample 3. So it's better to repeat your experiment 3 times or 2 times. Whenever you are performing your experiment, you have to mention it in your thesis and paper as well, that either you are performing your experiment in duplicate or triplicate. Duplicate mean when you are repeating your experiment 2 times, sample 1 and sample 2. If you are repeating your experiment 3 times in the same experimental conditions, same methodology, and recording the results, then it means you are performing your experiment in triplicates. Okay, so you are repeating your experiment 3 times in order to avoid the error in your experimental result, as well as to decrease the standard deviation and to get more precise and accurate results. Okay, so if you have this kind of data, then how can you apply average? For example, here is the data set of sample 1. For example, this is the concentration, and you are studying the effect of this 0.1 ppm concentration solution on percentage removal. It means that you are taking 3 readings for sample 1, for sample 2, and for sample 3. For taking average, you need to sum all these values of each sample for 0.1 concentration. Then you need to divide the sum of these values by their total number. So here we are taking 3 samples, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3. So we will divide these sum of these values by 3. So this is basically the formula of average, that is total sum of all numbers divided by total number of items in a set. Okay, so you are taking the average of all these values for 0.1 ppm. For 0.2 ppm, you will again add these values and divide by their number, that is 3. And for 0.3 ppm, you will again sum all these values and divide their answer by 3. So in this way, you will get the average of all your experimental data here. In next video we will discuss it in detail, that how to obtain the average SD and RSD, how to apply their formula in Excel sheet, and how you can use any of method. You can add them manually, you can calculate them manually, or you can calculate with the help of software like SPSS. You can also calculate by using your Excel sheet. In next video we will discuss how to put formula of standard deviation, average and RSD in your Excel sheet, so that you can easily automatically calculate your values. Okay, so this is all about average. So here you can see the formula, you can record a note on this formula as well. Moving to the next, that is standard deviation. So in standard deviation, basically here you can see the formula. It is the square root of the variance. What is variance? This whole formula or whole symbols present under the square root is known as variance. That is, you have to subtract mean value of your experimental data with individual values. So what you are going to calculate, like if you have this data and you want to calculate standard deviation, so what is the x bar? X bar is basically the mean of your values, that is all three samples. Sum of these samples is known as x bar. Okay, so if for example some of these three values comes out to be 60, then you have to subtract this 60 from this 48, 49 and 47 etc. These individual values are known as xi, that is individual data point or data value, and x bar is the mean of these three values. Okay, so you have to put a individual value here in this formula and mean value here, then you can subtract them easily and take the square root. For example, if sum of these values comes out to be 60, then you will subtract 48 minus 60, then answer will come in minus, as sum of these values is greater than individual value. But when you take the square of this answer, it will automatically become positive sign. For example, plus 20 or plus 40. Okay, so you don't need to worry about minus or plus sign, because after taking square of this answer, it will automatically change to positive sign. After that, you need to divide that answer with n minus 1. So what is n here? N is the number of data points. For example, here in this sheet, how many number of data points are? 1. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So these are the data points, that is you are performing your experiments in 7 separate form, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So here then in this case, number of data points or n value is 7. So you need to subtract 1 from 7, that is 7 minus 1, it will come 6. So you need to divide this answer with 6 and then take the square root. You will calculate the standard deviation manually, but this is a manual way of calculating standard deviation. Same formula is used by different software like SPSS and Excel sheet, and they automatically calculate. But if you want to calculate it manually, which is a time taking process, it's your choice. Okay, so this is all about standard deviation. Next we will move towards relative standard deviation or RSD. It is also known as coefficient of variation. So here you can see the formula of relative standard deviation, that is you need to divide standard deviation result divided by mean value or average value. So here in this case, if I take standard deviation of these points, and then if I divide standard deviation with mean value of these three values, then multiply with 100, then I get the value of RSD. In next video we will see how to calculate them, how to put the formula etc. Here you can see that definition of RSD, that it is calculated by dividing the standard deviation by mean. Like you have to divide standard deviation by mean and then express as a percentage. So what is meant by percentage here? That you need to multiply your answer with 100. Okay, so in this way you can calculate RSD. So RSD is basically termed in percentage. So for getting percentage, you need to multiply this answer of standard deviation by mean with 100, so that you can get a value of RSD in percentage. So now we will discuss a simple example to understand all these average, standard deviation and relative standard deviation. Here you can see I have put a simple data here, like if I have a set of three values like 10, 11 and 12. So for taking average, what I need to do, I will add 10, 11 and 12, that is 10 plus 11 plus 12, and then divide this sum with the total number of data points, that is here in this case data points are 3, 1, 2, 3. So I will divide their sum value with 3, and then in this way I will get the answer of average, that comes out to be 11. Okay, so I simply add them all and then divide it by 3, and I get the answer of average, that is 11. So for getting the standard deviation, again I use the formula of standard deviation, that is this one. So in this way standard deviation comes out to be 1, as average is here you can see when I put mean value here, that is 11, and individual value here, first of all I will put 10, then 11, then 12 according from my data points, and then total number of data points are 3, so 3 minus 1 comes out to be 2, and then I will take the square root of the answer, it will comes out to be standard deviation. Okay, so so in this case standard deviation comes out to be 1. What does it mean by standard deviation of 1? It means like our answer that what we are calculating is maybe 1 point less or greater. For example, if the average of sample is 11 and standard deviation is 1, so it means this answer maybe we are calculating it 11, but in reality it may be 10 or 12, that is 1 point less than average or 1 point greater than average. Okay, so for example in this case, if you are your percentage removal, average percentage removal comes out to be for example if we say comes out to be 48%, and its standard deviation is 1, so we can say that percentage removal in reality is maybe 47 or 48. So we can we use the symbol plus minus 1, that is 48 plus minus 1 plus minus 1. Okay, so in this way we can represent our standard deviation data. In a more precisely way, if I write it with standard deviation, so I will write it as 48, and then I will use the symbol of plus minus. So for this reason I go to insert and then go to symbol. After clicking on symbol, I will select any of the symbol that I want to use. For example, I want to use this plus minus, so I will select this plus minus and then insert and then close. So plus minus 1. So I will write in this form as plus minus 1, 48 plus minus 1. So it means that our results may be 47 or 49, 1 point less than this value, or maybe 1 point greater than this value. So from this standard deviation we comes out to be this this analysis. Okay, so this is basically the interpretation of average and standard deviation. So what about RSD? So for this data set, if we can use this formula, that if we divide standard deviation with mean and then multiply it with 100, then results come out to be 9.09%. so it means that standard deviation is 9% of the mean. Okay, so 9.09, you can simply say that it is nearly close to 1, nearly close to 10. So you can simply say that whatever the RSD value is, you can say that standard deviation is this percent of the mean. So here in this way you can interpret your data in the form of average and standard deviation and RSD. So this is I hope it will help you to understand the basic concept behind average, SD and RSD. So this is a simple example that we have discussed here. In next video we will discuss that how to use these statistical analysis in your experimental data for calculating average, standard deviation and RSD, and then how to interpret them in your experimental results or regarding your research paper or research thesis. And it's good and it's highly recommended that you perform your experiment in duplicate and triplicate, and then apply some statistical analysis so that you can easily mention that there might be chances that this kind of variation may exist. So in next video we will discuss this Excel sheet and statistical apply statistical analysis here. Till then, Allah Hafiz.